Hi, I'm Dr. Leon Rosenberg, Medical Director of the Center for Emotional Fitness in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. I'm glad to bring you some information about psychiatric diagnoses. We're going to be conducting a course, so to speak, about the mnemonic devices, the memory devices that I've developed to help understand all of the psychiatric diagnoses. This mnemonic we're going to discuss today is the way to make the diagnosis of a major depressive episode. You can have a major depressive episode in major depressive disorder and bipolar disorder, and later courses, later lectures, are going to be explaining the difference between those two. For now, we're going to look at the diagnosis for a major depressive episode, which is based on the mnemonic I developed, Disgusted, which you can see here before you. The D stands for depression, and the I stands for loss of interest. It's important to understand that to have a diagnosis of major depressive episode, you need to have 5 of 9 of the criteria, which are the disgusted criteria that I'm going to show you at length. But you must have either the D or the I. These criteria come from the DSM-4, which stands for the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of the APA, the American Psychiatric Association, and it's the 4th edition that we're looking at now. The 5th edition, in terms of major depressive episode, is supposedly going to be very much the same. So let's look at these again. So once again, you see at the top, major depressive episode, the word disgusted, and 5 of 9 criteria required. One of the first 2 is required. So once again, D stands for depression, depressed mood, sad, tearful, empty, crying. And in children, it could be an agitated mood. And that brings an important point that anyone, any age, can suffer from a major depressive episode, and therefore anyone from any age can either be suffering from major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder. Once again, to meet the criteria, you need to either have the depression or loss of interest, one or the other or both, and a total of 5 of 9 of these criteria. So you see here the sleep disturbance, trouble falling asleep, staying asleep, or middle insomnia. G is for guilt, guilty or worthless. And all these criteria, most days, most of the days. U is for unusually quick or unusually slow, that's psychomotor retardation or agitation. So in that criteria, somebody might be very stiff and talking very slowly. It's psychomotor retardation. Somebody's really agitated, can't sit still, can't stay still. That's psychomotor agitation. That's the U criteria. The S is suicide. Suicide thoughts, plan, or attempts, or dwelling on thoughts of death nearly every day. The T is for thinking or concentration problems, or indecisiveness most days, most of the day. And we'll see in other lectures that the concentration problem is found in depression. That also has a term called pseudodementia. It's also found in attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, bipolar disorder. So any one of these criteria is unlikely to be found in only one diagnosis, although sadness is found only in major depressive episodes, but even that could be in major depressive disorder or bipolar disorder. Back to the criteria, here's the E criteria: energy loss or fatigue nearly every day, most of the day. And D is for decreased or increased appetite. So those are the criteria for a major depressive episode. And if you're in a major depressive episode, it could either be part of a bipolar disorder or part of a major depressive disorder. To have bipolar disorder, you have to have one manic or hypomanic episode, and you can check out the Dr. Maney criteria to learn more about that. To have a major depressive disorder, you need the disgusted criteria, which I showed you, most days, most of the day for 2 weeks, and never to have been manic. Thank you for listening. Dr. Leon Rosenberg, the Center for Emotional Fitness in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Check out our website further, www.cfef.com, or call us 856-857-9500. We conduct clinical research studies and can connect you with a research study that we're doing or possibly someone else is doing somewhere around the country. Thank you very much.